this app open up. What, the messiness of the chart? What's up, everybody? We are back. We are live again. This will be my second live. Just getting everything activated here right now. So we are going to be looking at the NASDAQ. So currently price is within that 830 gap that we made on Friday during the 830 news event for the NFP week. And this is currently the 1 hour chart. We are looking at this little bit of a gap right here that the market is touching up into now. And what I'm going to be looking for is, do the market wants to respect this gap right here and then come down a little bit further into this order block right here. This order block is also on the 4 hour time frame, and it's a little bit more noticeable right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a fib on this. Oh, that is not the fib. I'm just going to draw a fib on this right here. All right, sorry about that. I had to make sure that I was on live. So let's toggle through these time frames real fast. And I still do have to put my opening range gap on my chart, so just give me a second, you guys. I'm moving a bit slow. We do have news at 10 a.m. All right, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just putting my opening range gap on there. If you're wondering how to find the opening range gap, you have to go to the 1 minute time frame and then go to switch your session from electronic trading hours to regular trading hours. And then you put your high and your low on the closing price and opening price of that gap. So that's what I'm doing now. All right, finally got that opening range gap on my chart. Now I'm gonna go back to electronic trading hours on the 1 minute. Look for the first presented fair value gap. So right here, the 939 candle on the 1 minute, we got our first presented fair value gap. So I'm gonna mark that out. All right, so we did have a little bit of liquidity swept right here on the 1 minute time frame. And now price is starting to come back into this 1 minute fair value gap right here. We had this liquidity swept right here. I would have loved, bless you, baby. I would have loved to have went a little bit lower to sweep more liquidity. But I'm just going to see what happens right here as it bounces back into the first presented fair value gap. So we right now currently still waiting for that 10 a.m. news. It's ISM services, PMI news. Honestly, I don't even know what that means. I'm looking for prices to drive down into like this 933 area, which is the midpoint of the order block on the 4-hour time frame. If you guys go to your 4-hour time frames, you will see what order block I'm referring to right now. And we also have this 830 gap from last Friday. I want to see that gap get closed in fully. Price did hit the midpoint and below of that gap. So I would love to see, the price close in fully right here. As you guys can see right here, we came into that gap one time. Then price came into it again, swept all of this liquidity. I'm looking forward to do that one more time, closing this gap all the way in, which is this big yellow box right here. And then from this blue line right here to this blue line, this is my entire order block that I marked up with my Fibonacci tool. And the halfway point of that is the mean threshold of the order block, which is just the midpoint of the order block. And I want to see if we can get to this level right here. I'm going to zone back in. We are still on the 1 minute time frame watching the price. We could also look at this from the 1 hour for now, simply because we're waiting for news. There is a fair value gap on the 1 hour chart. And if we get a clean close, within that fair value gap, our first presented fair value gap is right within that fair value gap as well. So that could be another thing that, pushes price down for this morning session. Then on the 1 hour time frame, if you draw your fib from this swing high right here all the way down to this swing low, you will notice that this gap right here on the 1 hour time frame is a valid fair value gap. So I am looking for the market to push up into this fair value gap today, possibly, if not today, sometime this week. But I am going to be looking for this area. I would love to see the market stay below this swing high right here for now, and then drop back down and sweep the rest of this liquidity out. But right now, I'm just sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what happens. We have the opening gap range, and then, first presented fair value gap, and I'm just waiting. Having some patience out here. Just scrolling around right now looking for liquidity. Places I think that, may want to pull the market up. Thank you, baby. So right here on the 1 minute time frame, let me take y'all to the 1 minute time frame. If we was gonna remain bullish, I would have had love to seen this fair value gap right here get respected, because I think we're gonna go a little bit lower. I don't really think that the price is gonna really wanna respect this fair value gap. But I will be watching. We do have a inversion fair value gap right in here as well. So I am going to be watching. Like I said, news in a few minutes. Not really doing nothing until the news happen, just so I can see what happens with the news. I'm switching back to the 1 hour chart. I want to see how this candle closes. I'm also going to be looking at this this wick right here to see if this is going to act as a propulsion block right here. So price is coming back into this order block one more time as the news unfolds. I want to see, do we just break past that or do we just... Just touched the midpoint of the opening gap range from today's price level. All right, so I was able to put on a trade at 20095, and I'm currently looking for exits at this trade. I'm trying to see how low can we go. I had to end up taking this trade from my Trado vape because I can't log into my trading view for some reason. I'd love to see if we can at least get back to the first presented fair value gap. That would be about 60 points or so. I'm gonna just look to close right in there. Thank you, babes. Thank you. So I am getting ready to close right here. Just gonna close right there. Made $116 on that first trade. I still can't log back into my trading view for some reason, so that might be it for me. That's my first time trading on that app. But $116 on that first trade right there from 20095 was my entry, and then I just got out at 20030 or something like that. Sorry. So yeah, that might be it for me. You know, I am on my real account. As y'all know, I blew my prop firm accounts up, so now I'm trying to just be disciplined and slowly grow this account that I got right now. And that was with one micro, babe. We did it. No over leveraging. Thank you for this breakfast as well, my love. So that's probably just going to be my trade for today, you guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all drop a like on this video. I didn't even call the trade right as I took that trade because, you know, like I said, I was trying to get logged into my trading view and my trader vape. So I almost actually missed the trade for myself. So I didn't really have enough time to call it for anybody else. But essentially, just to do a quick review on the trade and what made me take the sell, we was touching the midpoint of the opening range gap right here, where this orange line is at. All right, we was touching the midpoint right in there. Sorry, ignore that. That wasn't supposed to be using that right here. So we was touching the midpoint of the opening range gap, and it looked like it wanted to have a retracement at least back down into the first presented fair value gap. So that's literally all I did. Was I just noticed that we're at a key level, and it looked like it wants to go back into another key level. So I just took the sell right there with one micro and ended up getting a really good entry and a really good exit. So that's the trade on the day, you guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going to spend some time with my beautiful woman right now. So that will be it for me. And make sure y'all drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.